welcome to HPHQ, the podcast that's brought to you by Summernats, the world's wildest car festival. We are here for episode 2 of this season, and this episode we're going to talk about lots of cool stuff, but quickly, let's have a chat to Webby. What's going on, Webbs?
Not much, mate, as you can see. I'm in a best-of-luck room.
Are you in jail, mate? Do you need me to send some bail?
No. I'm just in Narrabri of all places, so just up here working this week.
Yeah, lovely part of New South Wales up there.
Yeah, it's good, and I've actually checked out a couple of really cool builds on my trip. I went to this place today where they do all these restorations. I've never seen so many new old stock quarter panels for Monaros and new guards for EJs and HDs.
Wow.
It was the most amazing place. And he's probably had 8 cars on the build, mainly for customers. So
wow.
Great stuff coming over in the next few years.
Any VL parts, mate? Any bonnets or?
No, mate. It was all pre-Commodore, okay?
All right, mate. All right, we've got a banger of a show tonight. We've got the best road trip tips you can get from some of the people who travel the furthest, right, Webby?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got people come from right up North Queensland, South Australia, and they've been doing plenty of trips, and Townsville, of course. And they'll be great to have a listen to those.
Absolutely. We've got Ross Mays, we've got from South Australia, we've got Walter Sikowski, Jay and Letitia Chuntai from Queensland. Those guys travelled every event. It's like they live the life that we all live, and they thoroughly enjoy it. So we're going to have a chat to them, talk about what's the best sort of tips, and hear some crazy stories about what they sort of experienced over the years and with that. So that's cool. Then obviously we're going to have the game show with Benny Benz. He's a bit of an idiot. So
yeah, a big idiot.
Look forward to that. But we've got some really cool guests on for that. So keep an eye for that. And we've also got obviously you talking with Rachel this week, Webby.
Yeah, got our second question. So we've purchased the car, and now we're looking at where we start to rebuild that car. Yeah,
I found that really interesting in the first episode. I think two of the biggest names in the scene, I guess, in Australia, talking about, some of the best ways to build a show car, because there's always the right way and the wrong way and then the truth, right?
yeah, absolutely. And look, and as I've stated while we're doing that, all the questions and the answers there, this is not the only way you can actually buy or build something. This is an overview of how we see how you purchase a car, what you do, and then what you end up with if you want to show that people.
Yeah, perfect. Just want to say that there is a Christmas merch sale happening now with Summernats. So make sure you click the merch link on the Summernats website. See what's cool there. There's some new merch on there, some Summernats Slam merch, some merch. It's merch, not mooch. So we've got plenty of merch on there, some new Summernats merch, some new Summernats Slam merch, Burnout Masters stuff, and there's a bit of a sale on. So make sure you check that out. Just touching on Summernats Slam, we must say that tickets and entries are on sale now, and they are super limited, close to selling out, Webby, are you?
Yeah, I know we've said it before, but they are just about sold out. And even had a guy contact me, he's got one of the last entry spots, so absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, and once they're gone, that's it. There will be no more, obviously, released.
Because we can only have so many people there, so it is absolutely limited. Not just saying that, that's why it's limited.
Yep, so get on the website, get your tickets for that. You can also get some information of the other upcoming events for Summernats in 2021, so get on there and look at that. Let's get on with the show. Let's go. The Burnout Masters game has a new update. There's a new pro car, Loose Q, a new level, Tropical Meltdown, new cars, HQ Wagon, BA Ute, and an XP sedan. There's also new engines in Full On and LS1. And there's 4 new tyre compounds which completely change the game. Get the Burnout Masters update, get the game on your phone and start smashing tyres.
Smashing tyres, Maad.
Okay, so this week we've got an all-star lineup here to talk about road trip tips. We've got Walter Sikowski, obviously from Queensland. He's got One Tough HG. We've got Ross from South Australia, who runs Burnt. We've got Jay, who's obviously got Tiny Toe. And we've got Letitia, who runs Party Time. We've got Webby, also a superstar. Can't leave him out. What's going on, everyone? I'll start with you, Wal. What's happening, mate?
Just work, mate, work. But, leaving for another road trip tomorrow, actually. Heading up to Cairns, Tropical Meltdown. So, yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, nice. How about you, Ross? You've been well?
Yeah, no, I'm all well. Around here's not so well, but, yeah, we're coping. So, yeah, no, going well, working hard.
Yeah, you'll be right, mate. And Jay and Letitia, how are you guys going?
Been good.
Yeah, all good. Busy work, but, yeah, trying to
Tropical Meltdown. We'll be leaving end of the week for that. So
yeah, everybody's talking about Tropical Meltdown, so everybody's just so looking forward to getting out to any event that happens, eh?
yeah,
Absolutely.
Pretty much. Pretty casual up there. Big pad, lots of fun.
That's at Springmount, isn't it?
Yes. So it's a massive pad, sort of like Sydney, but bigger, I think, overall. Or anyway, it's massive.
Yeah. How many people they got coming?
Don't know.
I don't think they've announced it yet.
Okay.
No. Well, Well's coming, so that's all.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's all that matters. I'm looking in your background there, mate. You've got Alice Springs there. That's the last time I saw you, so
Yeah.
you'd be still smiling from that, wouldn't you?
Well, we might have first, second, and third here on the podcast anyway. So it's perfect. All right. So in this podcast, what we want to talk about is got all you guys on to talk about road trip tips. No doubt you guys travel some of from the furthest points of the country to travel to events, long and far. And we want to just give some perspective. I guess there was obviously we had Red Santa Nats there this year and all you guys were there. But every other year, you make the effort to come to Summer Nats and a lot of other events and traveling up and down the coastline and through the middle of Australia to get everywhere. So let's kick it off with the first question. First of all, what is it you love about road tripping? We'll start with you, Ross.
Oh, I love road tripping. It's just good. You're in the car, you're just cruise along, you know where you're heading. You know what's on, so you're just getting excited to go there. And then on the way back, you're doing the exact same thing, and you just talk about what's happened and whether it can improve, or half the time it can't because they're amazing events we're always going to. So, just you're going for a good time and you're coming back happy. So that's what I love about road tripping.
And no doubt for you, the road trip when you proposed that Red Santa Nats road trip up would have been nervous, and then much less nerve on the way back.
Was much more nervous.
It was very nerve-wracking because not being able to say anything and then knowing what I was going to do. Yeah, it was exciting at the same time though.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Knowing what you were going to do. So trying to keep it secret was the hard part, and not accidentally say something without thinking, "Oh, I'll let that out of the bag."
Absolutely. How about you, Jay?
We love the road trips. We obviously travel with our family, so that's always a bonus. This is our family holidays everywhere we go. We try and stop and see different places where we can. And convoying with friends is always a bonus rather than doing it on your own. But obviously Tish comes with us. We've got a few other friends in the North Queensland region that have come along, Casey, Steve and Helen.
Yeah.
They're all Kevy. We run a Tropical Meltdown, so it was him to come out to Red Centre. He got keen this year and did well there. So
I was just about to say to you, Letitia, it must be cool to not only go to these events like this, but travel with family as well.
Yeah, definitely the company. As last year was my first time travelling to Red Centre, and same thing went with Jay, Shree, the kids, and then Steve and Helen, some other friends as well, come with Squad 57. So I tagged along with them, and they just made that experience a whole great, if I was to do it on my own, it wouldn't be as fun. So definitely the company you have with you makes a great deal.
And that's what I tell every person when they say, I try and not necessarily talk them into going to Red Centre, but I say you've got to make road trip. It's just as much a part of it as the event itself, isn't it? Yeah, or any event really.
Yeah.
And sorry. You just get talking. Like we had the radios in between the cars. So then you just start joking about something, or you get on the two-way and you end up talking to the people in front of you, and then you're convoying, conversation.
Yeah, the old 10-4 big cobber, what's going on? How about you, Wal? What do you love about it?
Just in Australia, but JB. Every time we go somewhere, we stop on the way up one town and on the way home to another town. So we've done Red Santa like 3 or 4 times now. So every time you go, you stop somewhere different, spread the love, have a look around.
Yeah.
You're not just beeline there, beeline and home. You actually have the country. So.
And no doubt the little towns, they love it. They love people stopping by the little towns and stuff.
The only place I think we haven't been to with skids is WA. We've been to Victoria, UBC. We've done most of the loaders down there, different venues, Sydney, Darwin with Brasher. We've gone up there for Brasher Nuts 2 or 3 years. It was an awesome road trip. Everyone sort of meets up at sort of three ways, and sort of everyone meets the South and Queenslanders, everyone sort of hooks up and gets together. So that's great. Like I said, great people. It's unreal. Like they're competitors on the day, but getting there, your best mates and you're making great friends. That's it.
I could have just imagined all you guys at three ways. I bet that was awesome.
I think it's more Barclay. Barclay seems to be the place to stop. Barclay Homestead, yeah. That's always a good stop, yeah.
So just everyone, the mates, sort of Southerners and Queenslanders, they sort of all coming together. So and head to Madaraka Springs, I think it is, and yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's good there, eh?
Ooh.
Yeah, nice. So I might go around and ask like what's the three most important tips for a successful road trip? I mean, it could be all different things. Like, it could be, I always remember to pack me Devon and Sauce sandwiches or toiletries or getting in the right frame of mind or anything. I'll start with you, Wal, if you want to kick it off, mate. What's three things that are super important in success to make a successful road trip?
The fridge is always packed. I'm always getting in trouble from Jen about that. There's more beer than food. After the food side of it, with the girls and her and Court, both pre-cooked stuff. So if you never know where we pull up, you might pull up at a roadhouse, you might just pull up and cook. So yeah, we always got to do it.
Yeah.
The family are always with us. That's probably road trip. We always fly the kids in. I don't want to say kids, Court and Brock are adults, but again, we always do everything together. So what's that? That's two. Is that three?
That's beer. Just remember to
maybe the other one is you better check that the car's there, mate.
The car's there.
So beer, food, and family.
Yeah, that's it.
You're speaking to my heart, mate. That's the best thing, right?
In that order, or?
Well, I'm not saying on this, that's for sure, because I'll get in trouble in this sense. How about you, Ross?
Yeah, probably. Well, it's your maintenance on your vehicles too, and to make sure they're all right, and you're going to get there safely and smoothly. That's probably one of the biggest things, I guess, apart from the beer and the food, maybe the family. But yeah, basically, if you have it all set and you're right, you'll get there safely. That's probably the biggest thing, I guess. So have a good tow car you're laughing if that's what you're doing, or if you're driving it, or your car's all maintenance right, and it's going to make it. So
no doubt your tow car is just as important as the burnout car in those long distance situations.
Yeah, exactly. We've been with a couple of friends that had a dodgy little car, and so we pass them. They do 90 Ks all the way up, and we do normal speed.
Trailer going like that.
That's right. Yep. They'll know who they are when they watch it. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
No names.
But yeah, no, that's probably one of the main things, I reckon. So.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Jay? You got three things?
Probably all been touched on, but yeah, obviously you want to make sure everything's packed before you go. Writing a list is always key because you'll never remember stuff. So just the basics, things you want to bring, basic tools, a couple of spares, make sure your car's packed and everything's there. And same, your food, road trip snacks are important. Yeah, I think someone said it always should look like you've given a 5-year-old $100 to go into the servo. So that's pretty much that. You always got to have the lollies in the car, keep it going.
Well, especially for the people that don't know, like you guys, when you head off, you're heading from Townsville, aren't you?
Yes, Townsville, North Queensland.
Wherever you're going, you've got to quite often a long way between towns and stuff.
Yeah, it's usually about 2,500-ish Ks anywhere. Yeah. So you're looking at 5,000-6,000 K round trip just to get to Red Centre or Summernaps or anywhere down there, Sydney. So, yeah, it's a few days, 3 comfortable days, 2 if you're in a hurry. But like I said, we like to travel and stop at different places. So especially going down south, you go inland a little bit. We've found some great pubs down there that have just never would have found otherwise. There's one in New South Wales, I think it was Deepwater, the Longhorn Bar and Grill, middle of nowhere. Amazing food, amazing place. Highly recommend if you ever go on inland to find it.
Shetland ponies out the back.
Sorry?
Little Shetland ponies out the back walking through the park.
Yeah. You park the camp on the back, or you can get rooms inside. It's an old pub, 100+ years, I think it was, and really.
Definitely one of my favourites is Dally Waters. I just absolutely love Dally Waters. You would have stayed there. Oh, no, it's nowhere to be north from where you come across. So, yeah, it's just north of Three Ways.
And what's the general consensus? To buy the seafood on the inland, or it's just if it's too far from the ocean, stay clear?
Yeah, it's always fresh from the quarter.
What about you, Letitia? What's the 3 most successful things to remember or do beforehand?
A lot has been said already, so I'm trying to bring up something new to the table.
Yeah.
I thought yours would definitely be different. It's got to be.
I would say spares one, because I know I've had to change trailer spare on the way on my first big road trip. So definitely spares, correct tools. Like I said, maintenance on the tow car is as important as the, burnout car.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Absolutely.
Even though the burnout car probably gets more love and affection. But anyway, making sure that that's up to date. Probably for me, some good music, sing-along songs and stuff like that. And then the 2 ways, I probably noticed a big thing of not having one, how much it does help, especially on the call points and stuff like that, to have, for the safety side.
Yeah, I guess it's nice that I've been away on a trip with a 2-way between some of the vehicles, and it makes such a big difference if you want to just say something quickly, whether it's, for important to the trip, or most, I'd say 90% of it is smarty pants stuff, other restaurants. Wouldn't expect that from me, mate, at all.
Definitely. It's always a conversation starter as well. If, like, for us, we've got the open car trailers, so people would be like, oh, where are you heading off to? And then, you'd get talking as well. So, and then you end up meeting them at the next stop or whatnot as well. So,
Yeah.
Quicker. Wham, bam, it's Summer Maad Slam. Australia's biggest horsepower party is coming to Sydney Dragway. 3 huge days of motorsport action. Hundreds of Australia's wildest rides on show. Drag racing monsters, Skid Row, Show and Shine, Motorcana, and a huge start of the year VIP meet. Summer Maad Slam entries are open, and strictly limited social distance tickets are on sale now. Get yours now at summernads.com.au. Yeah, you.
So where did I obviously realise where Wal stays. He's got the Taj Mahal on the road. But where do you guys? You got sleeping quarters in your trailer, or where do you guys stay?
Not yet. That's the plan one day. But we pretty much go between just setting up a campsite setup. Like that's what we did when we stopped at Barclay and stuff like that. A couple other places, if we're pre-organised, we might book a cabin or something like that, but pretty much just camping everywhere lately.
The old dome tent, and the blow-up mat goes down, all the good stuff.
Blowing it up halfway through the night.
Yeah, halfway through the night. Just, what's that noise? Brrr. Just pump it up. It's in there.
Look at Wal laughing. He's
yeah.
It's like, no way.
You didn't even hear it.
He's just like, what aircon temperature?
Yeah, he's here. Inside with the aircon, can't hear nothing. Yeah. That's the goal, obviously. Yeah, I love it. It'll be ideal. We've travelled with an enclosed trailer before, and it was amazing. But it was borrowed through a good friend, and it was. Yeah, we can see the appeal. We are not quite there yet.
I want to touch on some crazy stories, because surely you guys have got something's happened along the way that's, either pretty funny or, pretty crazy. Letitia, I'll start with you. What's something on any road trip ever in an event?
There's a couple scenarios.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if they'll be as funny, but we've had a few times where we've pulled up and we're normally getting there just before dark, trying to do the mad rush and set up, making sure we're not annoying people that are already, set up and having their dinner or whatnot. And there was same thing. There was probably 3 of us all getting our tents out, trying to set up before dark. And we had some other caravanners start making some comments, and we were sort of trying to communicate friendly, going, oh, was there something wrong? Are we in your way? And they were just, were very interesting, I should say. Made a few comments, and then they're just like, oh, no, we just find it funny, that's all. And then we're like, oh, what's funny? So it's been sort of an ongoing joke from there. Some sarcastic comments that get said along the way, but yeah,
Yeah. I laugh at this.
We had this couple on one side that was sort of, I guess, criticising us Bergens. And then on the other side, we met some people that were actually travelling through back to Cairns to do the Targa, which was on the same weekend as Red Centre. Yeah. So, yeah, we had opposite fields to us, and they come over, like, looking at the cars, and we were exchanging great conversation, and then we had it on the other side. Some people, not so much.
Yeah, I would have waited till 4 a.m, started up and just slipped them right out. Cop a bit of this limiter.
It was definitely spoken of.
What about you, Jay?
Oh, well, that was the memorable one that come to mind as well. The kids, when we go into Red Centre, that's Devil's Marbles is obviously a good stop. It's a nice place, something to see. Good pub there, I was told by someone. Well, which we did stop and have a good feed. But then the kids get there and, they say Devil's Marbles, and then Devil's Marbles. And then it sort of became a thing, and now they cannot say it normally. So never ask kids about it. Don't bring it up. It's always... Yeah.
But what about you, Ross? You got a crazy story from a road trip? Other than being super nervous the whole way to Alice Springs.
I did once go to some of that, so I actually lost the wheel off the back of the trailer. Probably my craziest.
Oh, no.
I wasn't actually far out of when I was living over in Bendigo, and I was not far from Shep sort of thing, and going along, and this bloke's right up my butt, and next minute he backed off a bit, and then he's catching, he's right up my butt, swinging out again, and I'm like, what's this bloke doing? Anyway, he comes up beside me, and I pulled over, and I walked around the back, and he's like, mate, you lost the tyre. I'm like, oh, did I? Oh, it's all right, I've got a spare, I'll chuck it on. He goes, no, not just the tyre, the whole wheel. And I walked around, and I was on 3 wheels, and I said, oh, how far back that happened? He goes, about 7-8 Ks back. I'm like, oh, I did not even know. So, done that. One other one, going to actually Alice, Haley was driving. I moved out of camp, I think it must have been after, where'd we stay? Cooper Petey, and we pulled out. She goes, I'll do first stint. We're going around this truck on a slight bend, and next thing we had a bit of like jackknifing happening, and I realised it was my fault because I didn't take the trailer brake off. So, just so the brakes would come on, and so she had a bit of swing there and shit herself, but she got through it. So not literally, she said, but yeah.
Glad you're still here to tell the story, mate.
So a couple of those things, but other than that, we were always pretty cruisy. So we were always in B&Bs half the time, sharing with people, so it makes it a bit cheaper that way. And it can be good. I've camped in the trailer every now and again and stuff like that. But nothing too wild.
Nice. What about you, Wal?
Yeah, Rick, you would have had something pretty wild there, Wal, knowing you.
Yeah, there's been some goodies. One that's sticking in my mind the most is coming back from Darwin, Brush and that's up there. That was the last one Brush did up there. We all travelled back to Power Cruise. Power Cruise was, I think, the weekend after or something. And we're shooting back. I think we stayed at McKinley at the Crocodile Dundee pub the night before, and we were travelling back to we were pulling in Tambo that night, and a couple of us beelined ahead. I think it was like 8 of us travelling together. Like Brush had all schools and we were back together. And we sort of went ahead with Andrew Murphy, I think it was, and a couple others to get a caravan car. And wheels in the Tambo. There's a caravan park right next to like a little restaurant and that. Wheels straight into there was like a van inside. So wheels in, parks in the bays, and Andrew and I gets out to go to the office to pay and tell them that there was a lot of heat coming. I think there was like 30 of us all up, so the restaurant would have done with it. Anyway, before we got to the entrance of the place, this guy comes belting out the door, telling us to F off and all sorts of stuff. This is not a truck stop, rah. And we couldn't explain what was happening. We come and probably a couple grand at each restaurant. And for the night, the boys were doing thirsty. Anyway, he told us to, be off. So we're back in the trucks and jumped back out on the highway. on the UHFs talking like, where we were trying to work out where we're going to stay. We were in the main street of Tambo, and a voice comes over the radio. Some guy goes, "What's happening?" Anyway, I looked in the rear vision mirror. He's saying, "Pull over." Looked in the rear vision mirror. Here's a cop with the lights on, telling us to pull over. I thought, "Oh, great, here we go." Anyway, the old sergeant got out the car and comes up to the window and told him what was going on. He said, "Oh, come with me." So old sergeant jumped in the car. We did a U-turn, went back up to rodeo grounds just coming into Tambo from north, and opened up the gates there. And he said, "Here, camp in here. I'll ring the committee and tell you what happened." We told him that we had trucks and everything coming and everything. And he said to go to the caravan park, and girls, whoever didn't have showers, we used the caravan park showers. We paid, give them $10, $15 something to use the facilities. So, haven't stopped in Tambo since. Just drive through the the finger out the door. But apparently it was the owner's son that was running that night. Apparently he was an alco anyway, so he would have been apparently. So,
yeah.
It would have been doing like this, yeah. He would have been worth his while, us staying there. So anyway, we emptied out all our fridges and that, and we all threw in food, and we just barbecued at the rodeo ground. So it was ended up being a good night.
Yeah, nice. You might get 100 new offers after the podcast, mate. Some really nice places to go in Tambo. You never know.
That's the good spot.
Hit us up.
So we've been around most of Australia, and that's the only place we've had bad. So
yeah, right.
Oh, unbelievable. What was that? Sorry, Webby? Can't beat a good steak. But it depends where we are, inland steak, but now we're heading up Cairns, so yeah, it's all the way, seafood all the way for me, so that's not a big seafood, but we're somewhere for seafood, so.
What about you, Ross?
Yeah, I'm a steak person. I'll eat steak every day of the week if I could. But yeah, there's one, when we went to Alice, there's one, I can't think of the place now, but there's one place there that I've been a couple of times and has real good steak, especially after the event. We quite often go on the Sunday night down there. And
Overlander. The Overlander?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Good
place.
So can't beat a good steak. I'm not a seafood person, so.
What about you guys? What's your go-to meal on the road? Do you bring it with you? You cook a barbie, or what do you guys do?
A bit of both, yeah. Obviously, if we're in the smaller campgrounds, we usually bring our own basic meals to eat. But if you pull up somewhere decent, have a good pub feed, like we usually pull up at Julia Creek on the way to Alice. Usually have a pub feed there, either a steak or a burger. I'm a burger man, so if they look good, I'll have one. Same Barclay. Barclay's always a good feed there as well. So yeah, steak and burgers for me, if I can.
I'm probably more crumb steak or chicken palmy pub feed.
I knew somebody have to have a palmy.
Yeah, that's me.
I just went away on the weekend about 4 hours inland for an event, and there was after the Friday working hard and whatever. I was some people might say I didn't work hard, but I'm going to say I worked hard. I worked hard, and the first thing I said was, my mate was lamb crumb cutlets. I'm not having the sausage barbecue thing. I need to go to the bowling club, have crumb cutlets. I need that. We went straight there. We got there, and the lady said, we've sold out of cutlets. They're on the menu. I looked it up and everything, but we ended up getting a really good platter. So you can find some bargains in these little towns and the food was delicious. These ribs and really good, and the service was brilliant. And the beer was quite good too. So it must be. It's like a little treasures on the road you find, and you go different places all the time, and it's a bit of an excitement, especially when you do it from a family point of view, like all you guys. So yeah, how good. This has been. It's been really, really good chat talking about this road trips, because it's a part of this, this style of life. I guess you could be events. They're never really in your backyard. They're always about 3 or 4 hours away. And then a bit more. I guess Tropical Meltdown is probably not too far for you, Jay and Letitia. Maybe
it's our closest.
Well.
Local.
That is our local. It's 4 hours away. So
Yes,
we like that. And then
it's never around the corner.
everything's 4 hours is our sort of closest
Yeah.
friend link. And then everything else is 2 days, 3 days.
But I guess all in all, the road trip is just as fun, no doubt, as the build up to it and the road trip as the getting to the event. And
Yeah, well, the road trip's 2/3 of the event for us. 3 days there, 3 days back for a 3-day event. So yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck at all the events coming up, and hopefully we see you at some of the other events coming up soon too as well.
Yes, sure.
Perfect. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks.
Welcome back, Rach. Second week. How you doing?
I'm going good. How are you doing?
I'm good. You've been working on that truck?
Yes, it's pretty much done now, which is great. It's getting like only a couple of new little things on it, but that's you guys will see that very soon.
Hey, did I see over your shoulder there the number plate? Give me a look at that. Derbs, that's what I thought. Yeah, Rach from Derbs Customs. How good is that?
It's the first personalised plate I've ever had as well.
Ah, unreal. All right. So last week we covered off sourcing the vehicle and then the plan for it, whether we're going to use as a driver, street elite, show, whatever. So we're on track for that. So the next thing that I'm thinking of that you really want to do is then you start to plan that vehicle out. So give us your take on what you do there.
When once you've actually purchased your car and you've got your baby and you want to start planning of what you want to do, obviously you've probably already got in your brain of whether you want to go your street elite or your show cars, more of your elites. From there, that's when you're going to want to pick your colours, your trims, your suspension, your engine, all the tiny little things on the car that's going to bring it all together as a main showpiece and or driver, the final look of the whole car.
Yeah, and look, I'd want to reiterate again, like there's no 100% right or wrong, because that's why we all build cars, because we can do what we want. It's really an extension of our personality, of ourselves. But this is where planning, for instance, like I can see in the background there, like my Camaro there. Well, that's a full urethane candy job. Well, if I wanted to drive that every day in the street, I wouldn't be painting that car in a urethane candy. You agree with that?
Yeah, it would be more beneficial for you not to, because, you're going to get your stone chips, your scratches. You don't know what someone else is going to do to your car, let alone yourself. So trying to repair pieces on a car that's more of a show car style of paint job. But, if you want to do it and that's what you've really always wanted, then
absolutely, you
go
can
for
do
gold,
it.
because in the end, it's what you want.
But for your street car, like you said, because anytime you want to touch up something on a full urethane candy, you're either going to be painting the whole side or the whole car. So, again, it's about planning that out. So, but an interesting thing, people, when they say, do they want a street car or a street elite, any car you build, obviously you should build to your best, like the best you can or the best you can afford. But even a nice car for the street, you're still going to have to plan that out and get your parts and work out your colours and all that as well, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to it, I think with getting the car that you want, the end result, there's a way of getting there, and you kind of already know in your head, I'm assuming, that your wheels, the style that you like, the colours that you like, what mixes and matches for your own personality. It's all about finding the connection with the actual car, because in the end of the day, it is your car. So I've seen lots of cars that are very different to what I like in my taste, but they love it more than anything, and that's their baby, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, being proud of what you put together.
Yeah, and what's your take on? You're in a little bit different space to me. Like back in the early days, especially the hot rod days, people really want to build all their own cars. But I actually see now a lot of business people or even so-called celebrity type people want their cars built. What's your take on that?
My take on that would be, certain people are in their trades for certain reasons. People can sometimes do that job quicker, better, to a budget. Not everyone has the time to build the car that they want to build. Everyone would love to do it themselves. Like even myself, I would love to do everything from start to finish, and one day maybe I will on a certain build, but life gets in the way. So there's certain things that I can do say like I can do certain things. But when it comes to a professional, say like even the suspension on the Chevy, professionals, they know what they're doing. It needs to be safe. It needs to be done right. I want the right advice on the right things to use for certain things. Trimming, I want a really nice trim, so I can't do that. So someone else that loves their job, they can do that.
Yeah. I agree 100%, and that's part of this planning. You got to now, if you're a mechanic, whatever, work out what you can do, and then you source the right people, interview those people, and then get all that sorted before you start stripping that car. Correct?
Definitely. Interviewing the people to a degree, definitely. Like if your car's going to be going somewhere, you're entrusting them with your baby. You kind of want to know what jobs they've done before, see their handiwork, if they've got a portfolio, if you can go down to their shop. Just kind of suss out the kind of people that you're dealing with, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for handing over your car, really.
Yeah, that's so true. And as I was alluding to there, I actually like the whole scene today where we have, again, like I said, celebrities or well-known people or business people getting cars built by tradesmen. Where that was frowned upon way back in the old days, but I actually think it's also those people in our industry. They have skills to make money in other areas. It's great that we can have those people in our industry, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And then like people like car builders that are building these cars for these celebrities, that's just great for them to be able to say, look, I built that person's car for them. They trusted me with that. And it's just something like where all walks of life can just come together. Yeah. And realistically, cars just bring everyone together.
Like you look at SEMA. I know you were there last year. We'd be there this time if we could do it again. Yeah. But people like James Hetfield and Billy Gibbons, like look at the cars that they have, and the people just swarm to them to see those cars, and it's just awesome to have those people in it.
Yeah, it's pretty much in the scene. The more that we can expand and do that, and like get those guys to build cars for those kind of guys.
Yeah, awesome. Keep that attitude. All right, so we've covered off what we're going to do: source the colour, source the wheels, source your people to work on the car, and we'll catch you again next week, Rach.
No worries. Thanks heaps.
See ya.
See ya.
G'day, I'm Benny Benz, and on this edition of Mad Quiz Battle, we have the Big Cheese from Street Machine Magazine, Mudgie's least favourite son, Andrew Broadley. How are you, mate?
Going good, Benny Benz. How's yourself, fella?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, mate. Also, we have battling Streety's editor. We have none other than the unofficial sexiest man at Haltech and the man who giveth JBens massive beard envy, Richard Schumack. What's going on, mate?
G'day, mate. How you going?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. The way it works is there'll be 5 questions. Whoever gets the most wins. If there's a tie at the end because happened with Lynchy and Matt Watts, because who knows, it's just crazy dudes. There'll be a bonus question. Richard, pick your buzzer, mate.
Haltech.
All right. And Broads, pick your buzzer, mate.
Street Machine, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. Get ready for the big game. Get me your headphones on. You ready, gentlemen?
Let's go.
All right. Question 1. How far is the middle of Parliament House, Canberra, from the Haltech Horsepower Heroes dyno cell as the crow flies? Is it 10.3 kilometres, 6.1 kilometres, or 8.8 kilometres?
Haltech. 8.8 kilometres.
You win, mate. Broads, come on, mate. Question 2. Who won Burnout Masters at Summonats 33?
Street Machine.
Andrew.
Steve.
No, mate.
No.
Richard, you get a free shot, mate.
I'm going to go Phil Kurgene.
No, mate. Phil's been close.
Right.
He's due for a win, but no. It was Rick Fuller, mate.
Yep.
He won both, so yeah.
Oh, that's right.
All right. So we have Richard at 1 and you at none, Broads, and we're on to question 3. What Summonats did Farm Truck and Asian First appear at?
Street Machine.
Broads.
bit of a punt, but I'm thinking Summonat's 29.
No, mate.
I would have said 31.
No, mate. You guys are we're gonna get through this so quick because you guys suck. All right.
Which one was it?
30.
30.
Yeah, 30.
1 year off.
The biggest Summonats.
Me too.
The biggest Street Machine Summonats ever.
Street Machine.
That wasn't a question. Mate, how many beers did you have last night, mate? Far out.
Oh, he did. I saw it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Let's go. Question 4. Who is the only Australian male artist in Australian music chart history to have 10 consecutive top 10 singles? Jimmy Barnes, Shannon Knoll, or Kamal?
Caltech.
Richard.
Kamal.
No. He's at about 50.
Street Machine. Oh, it's
Andrew.
free kick.
Andrew.
Look, I'm a big Jimmy Barnes fan, as you know, Benny Benz, but I'm going to back Shannon Knoll.
You'd be correct, mate. It's
Yeah.
one all. And we get to go to a final question for this battle. You guys have been that crap, you're 1 all at the end of this quiz. Seriously. Should have picked better people. Anyway.
You should pick some smart people sometime.
Well, you know, you think you know people and you just don't, right?
We do pub trivia from time to time, and we suck at that too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
We're
you're
terrible at pub trivia.
I'm sure he's probably winning a few meat trays though, because there's no luck. There's there's only a bit of luck on that.
There's no skill.
Your smarts. Here's a bit of a car-related one. Question 5. How many kilowatts did the HSV W1 GDSR have? 474, 455, or 429?
Street Machine was 474.
You win, mate. That's 2 questions you got out of 5. Really, that's a loss.
That's snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. We call that, mate.
Mate, well done. Sorry about that, Richard. You're out, mate. You will go into the big final, Andrew, where Matt Watts currently sits in there as well. So you can sit in the craziness there with him. And there'll be a really mad prize. It's going to be the best prize ever. Look, we had a bonus question, but I'm not even going to get there because you guys did it. You're a bit but Richard, what's going on at Haltech, mate?
Mate, we're getting ready for the big Black Friday sale. So if you're on the market for some Haltech gear, keep your eyes peeled onto the website, and there might be a bit of a deal for you.
Mad. How about you, Broads? What's going on at Streety, mate? Lots of cool stuff. Last issue was with Aaron's car was mint, mate. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff boiling up.
Yeah, mate, we're flat out. We just sent the yearbook to print, our first ever yearbook. So we're doing 13 issues this year, which is really exciting. Other than that, gearing up for Drag Challenge weekend up in Queensland, which is going to be great. Really pumped for that. It's the first one we've managed to get off the ground with all this COVID stuff this year.
Yep.
And I'm personally really looking forward to Summonat Slam in Sydney.
Yeah, me too, mate. Me too, absolutely. And there's lots of stuff coming 2021. We're looking pretty cool. So, all right, everybody. That is Mad Quiz Battle. You threw Broads, Richard, but you both because you got like no questions. So this is, wasting my time, mate.
I got the W, mate. That's what I got.
You got the W on the W1 on the HSV. There you go, Mad. Yep. All right, sick. See you later. All right, that's it for episode 2. Webbs, good to see you, mate.
Yeah, good to see you, mate. Another great show. Hey, awesome.
Yeah, some of this, no doubt, that's only like a little spectacle of what the guys have seen on road trips. If you live far away from an event, see it as an opportunity to get away and spend time with your family and try different places to eat and towns and stuff. Explore. I know that's certainly something I love is, walking through a country town with your family. You can find some gems, definitely, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and look, it's so rewarding for the townspeople. Like what was saying, they might have had 10 or 20 people on the road with them. So if they all go and eat and at the bolo or drink somewhere, and it's awesome money for those towns. So support them all. Especially after the year we've had in 2020, when not a lot of people have been moving around. Go if you're doing a road trip, make sure you always support the local towns the best you can. Webby? Absolutely.
I'm going to see you next Tuesday, mate. This is the end of the show.
You are. See you, mate.
All right, make sure you get those Summer Nats Slam tickets. Make sure you check out the Christmas merch sale. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Cheers.
The Burnout Masters game has a new update. There's a new pro car, Loose Q, a new level, Tropical Meltdown, new cars, HQ Wagon, BA Ute, and an XP sedan. There's also new engines in full-on and LS1. And there's 4 new tyre compounds which completely change the game. Get the Burnout Masters update, get the game on your phone and start smashing tyres.
Smashing tyres, Maad.
Awesome. Get to the bolo. Quick, go.
Maad.